Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Nityanandam, Jnanapadati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. His Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phase. Agora Murti has his 5 phase. Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, and Nityananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nityananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada, the science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nityananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nityananda Jnanapadati, for the power of levitation, powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita decoded. Let's listen to Bhagavan Satsang.
Real renunciation is not you renouncing the world renouncing you. When you have that joy and ecstasy, bliss in you, automatically you will radiate that within you and you will never feel you are missing something. You lost something. I always tell people, never renounce unless you have that ecstasy inside. Never renounce. Work only for that ecstasy. When that happens, automatically the renunciation will happen to you. You don't have to renounce. Automatically it will happen. Be very clear. If you renounce the outer world without having the inner world, you will fall in depression. I have seen so many sannyasis who take this life, who have not achieved the inner experience, who are caught in the social service, fall in depression. Around the age of 40 to 45, simply they fall in depression. They give counseling for the whole world, but they will be in depression. So many monks, they fall in depression. Never renounce unless you have a solid experience inside. When you have the experience, you don't have to renounce. Automatically renunciation will happen. All these things will drop you. Instead of you dropping, they will drop you. You dropping will always have a problem. They dropping you is the right thing. When you have that joy in you, when you start experiencing the joy in you, nothing needs to be announced. Automatically things will happen. Here Krishna gives technique to start the virtuous circle. Let you fix your mind on me let you establish your intelligence in me. In this way, after acquiring that boundaryless consciousness, you will live in me always. How to establish our intelligence on Him? Continuously try to put all these ideas and thoughts inside you. Ramakrishna says, what you eat, same way only you will belch. Same smell only will come out when you belch. If you eat some kind of vegetable or fruit, when you belch, only that smell will come. Same way, if you add these ideas continuously into your mind, into your consciousness, naturally it will start radiating. It will start shining through your being. Let your intelligence be established in His being. Means, when you are in some trouble, automatically the solution should come from you based on these ideas. As on now, we run and refer the book. It means you are having Guru only in the outer world. If you again and again digest all these ideas, even when you don't have trouble, try to put these ideas inside you. Only then they will go and sit. When you have trouble, they will start guiding you. When you have trouble, if you read, you will not be able to digest them, because already your mind is in confusion. How can you receive them? How can you digest them? It can never happen. When your mind is in normal state, let receiving these ideas inside your mind become a regular habit. Let it become a just normal lifestyle. How you eat every day, how you take bath every day. Same way, let you eat these ideas in you beautifully. Shankara writes commentary on this Sutra, Agara Suddhi. Agara Suddhayo Smriti Suddhi. When your Ahara is purified, your memory is purified. Please be very clear, Ahara does not mean just the food which you take. It means whatever you take through all these five senses. The TV programs which you are watching is Ahara. Music which you are listening is Ahara. Food which you are eating is Ahara. Smell which you are smelling is Ahara. The touch which you are enjoying is Ahara. Means all these five should be pure. Only then you can radiate the purity. You can radiate bliss. You can radiate ecstasy. You can radiate divine intelligence. Understand, unless you purify agaras which goes through other senses also, you cannot expect the purification of your memory, especially these TV shows. I really feel blessed. I am born and brought up in a village where there was no TV in those days. People ask me, Swamiji, how do you pick up things easily? Of course, somehow I pick up things very easily, very quickly. One small fact, it's a truth. Just 2 years ago I started speaking English. All I studied is only in my mother tongue. I studied a little bit, that also in mother tongue. I started speaking English when I started coming to America. Means 2 years ago. 2003 August. They asked me, how do you pick up? And I continuously read. How do you read so many pages, so many books? It is just because I never used to watch TV. TV straight away destroys your consciousness. Please understand, not only your eyes, straight away destroys your consciousness. Let me tell you an important thing. understand this example. You are traveling in a vehicle. If you are going 40 miles per hour, you can see whatever is there in the road, hoarding or a signboard, whatever is there in the road you can see very clearly. If you are going 100 miles per hour, can you see? You can't. You can't see them clearly. The reason is more number of frame per second is coming in front of your eyes. More number of frames per second is coming in front of your eyes. That is why you can't see. You can't understand what it is. Normally, your eyes can receive, analyze, process and file as long as the informations are given to you 6 frames per second. 6 frames per second if it changes in front of your eyes. Your eyes can take that message, analyze it, categorize it and put it in your consciousness, put it in your memory. But if it is more than 6 frames per second, your logic will lose its balance. TV is at least 16 frames per second. Straight away the information is forced on you. Please be very clear. It's like you have a security watchman outside your house. Thief comes and pushes the watchman aside, kills him. Straight away walks into your bedroom. Same thing is happening when you watch movie, when you watch TV and movies. Logic is your watchman. He is standing. Logic stands, whatever information comes to you, it analyzes and it says this is truth, this is lie, this is a toy, this is a real man, this is a just fake, this is doll. The informations are analyzed and recorded. When you watch movie, when 16 frames per second is flowing, when the information is forced on you, infused on you, your logic loses its ability to analyze and straight away the information reaches your unconsciousness. Straight away your unconscious is exploited. Straight away the information penetrates you. It's like a robber straight away walking into your bedroom, killing the watchman. One more thing. Because the information reaches you straight away, you lose the logical analyzing capacity and emotional balance. That is why you know for sure that actor is still alive. You know for sure that actress is also alive. But when you see in the movie that he is murdered or killed, automatically you start weeping. Tears are rolling. You know for sure that is not happening there. That is not true. But when they laugh, you laugh. When they cry, you cry. According to that scenes, your mood also changes. If you see a depressing scene, you fall in depression. Why? You are an educated person. You know it's a drama. You know the person is alive. You must have seen the actor just few days ago in person. But when you see that movie, you experience it. Why? Because the logic which analyzes between the truth and the lie is put to rest or pushed aside, and information is straight away flooded into your system. Straight away it goes into your unconsciousness.
Is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Asane shayane stitva niradharam vibhavayan swadeham manaksikshine शनादक्षिणाशयो भवेत् आसने शयने स्थित्वा निराधारं विभावयन् स्वदेहं मनसि क्षीणे शनादक्षिणाशयो भवेत्.
Beautifully, Bhagavan says in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, being situated on a comfortable seat or on bed, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or base from anywhere. It is resting on nothing. By holding this cognition, when the mind becomes worn away and thoughtlessness arises, then in an instant one becomes weightless and experience the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Bhagavan beautifully said about the senses in the last verse. Here he's telling about all the five senses, how we perceive, in what context we are going to receive that kind of information. It's not just the food that we take in, but also the touch that we enjoy, the what is perceived from the eyes that it enjoys, the smell that is enjoyed, everything, all the five senses. What is the context of the joy? If it is all the joy, context is about Paramashiva being in temple and smelling the essence that is lighted only in the chanting as Mahavakya, doing Nirahara, the ultimate space is created in your reality. Like how you perceive. Whatever you perceive through your eyes is based on the glass that you're wearing. If all the glass are removed, only consciousness reflect as reality. If you put a green glass, you see it as green. If you put a red glass, you see world as red. Whatever frustration, anger, whatever you are presenting in the inner space of your eyes, only those are visible in the outer world. Same thing Bhagavan beautifully says, how Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, whatever you eat, only that smell you blench. Same way, he says, what thought currents you put in your inner space, only that becomes a reality. If you are very clear and coherent in your brain that I am Paramashiva is the only thought current, simply he says more and more you put that thought current as a five senses. When you are living in all the senses, getting grounded as Paramashiva, then people will witness you as Paramashiva himself manifesting and radiating. What you establish yourself in the inner space is what you are perceived by others and what will be the reality for you to experience others. He says very clearly that how you perceive yourself inside, and the more you perceive your Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, everything else will be renounced automatically. And he says how he is able to learn so many things, and unlike us, and why we are not able to learn. He says 6 frames is what we can perceive. Like he says in the car, if you are going so fast, you can't read the boards. If you're going in a proper speed, and you can read the board. So same way he says, when the thoughts are too huge, number of thoughts is happening, the slides are too much, you're not able to perceive the world, imbibe and download. If you're able to do the perception and download, then your thoughts are very low and you have the context to do so. And that becomes the reality. Here he says so beautiful, so many powerful cognition layer by layer, how we establish ourselves in one coherent thought. Not morning you decide to be Paramashiva, evening you are depressed, and noon you don't even know who you are. That is the confusion is created because of the wandering of the mind, he says. If you establish the coherence and focus the mind like the focusing light, simply that will only be projected and you will be showered. If you establish in Paramashiva, you are showered. If you establish in some mundane actions of the world, I love sports, I'm going to play sports, I love this food, I'm going to go to this restaurant, just sensorial pressure, then you are stuck in that. You don't understand why somebody is shouting, why life is not working for you, why so many bad things. Is because inner space you have not projected and visualized. In cosmic visualization is not clear for the cosmos to project it as reality. So it takes the default and present it. Bhagavan says your simple software, you can decide and program it so beautifully and manifest as reality. With such powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana. This is from Valmiki Ramayan Yuddha Kanda, Sarga 80, 11th paragraph. This is for the experience of levitation, Shaktis, to experience full body lift off from the ground with the stick support and remain in air for 10 seconds or more with your hands locked. Apta Pramanas are authority of Hinduism who manifest, radiate, and time test the science of power manifestation. Here, Indrajit was the greatest and most ferocious warrior on Ravana's side. On the second day of the war, Lakshmana appeared before him and fought fierce battle with him. Indrajit used his supreme magical powers and starting across the clouds and skies like a bolt of lightning, he combined his skills of his magic and the magical powers and the warfare and the illusion warfare, repeatedly vanishing and reappearing behind Lakshmana's back. He was invincible, but his arrows injured Lakshmana. Indrajit used his Vasavi Shakti against Lakshmana, and upon being impaled, Lakshmana fell unconscious, poised to die fiercely at following sunrise. He was playing with all his skills and powers, Indrajit, Ravana's son, and simply was injured Lakshmana to the level of that he will die by the sunrise. His life was saved by Lord Hanuman, who brought the whole mountain of Sanjeevani, the magical herb, overnight and for the weapon used by Indrajit and cured him. Although there is a speculation that the Rama too fought, but it is not true. Dharma does not allow multiple warriors to fight against one. It was only Lakshmana who was injured because of against the moral duty to fight against the invisible warrior. With the Apta Pramana, let's go to the Atma Pramana.
Refer to it. It's almost like my guide. I'll continuously cherish, and get those ideas back to the inner space and establish myself again into yoga. Understand? Even if you miss once the timing of creating the right thought against the wrong thought, you are caught. Timing is very important. I have a story for you about timing. Little dirty, it's okay. Sometime, for the sake of understanding, it can be accepted. A man was in the restaurant and he suddenly realized he has a gas problem in the stomach. He needed to release the gas. The music was really loud, so he thought nobody will notice. He timed his gas with the beat of music. After a couple of songs, he started to feel better and relieved. He finished his coffee and noticed that suddenly everybody is staring at him. Then suddenly he remembered and realized that he was listening to his iPod. Time it properly with understanding. Don't time it based on your iPod. No, timing is really important. Ramana Maharshi says very beautifully, Aimbula kalvar agattinil pugumbodu agattini ilayo arunachala. O Lord, when my five senses entered my house to rob me and to rape me, where were you? Were you not in my inner space? So when the negativity enters to rob you and rape you, immediately bring the security, the right understanding, right attitude against the negativity. Timing is very important. Timing, immediately responding to your negativity. Catch the thief in right moment. Catch the negativity the moment he enters your house. Don't wait. You can talk to him in the police station. No. That won't work. It's like putting the camera everywhere. What is the use? Thief has disappeared. What will you do? I tell them, put better locks than the bigger cameras. Bigger cameras are useful if you have the people who are sensitive and afraid. And if not, better to have locks. Thief is not going to be bothered. The camera is there. He comes and robs and goes away. So understand, the moment negativity enters you, put the brake, stop it. Have the inner awakening and immediately create the right understanding so that you can be out of that negativity. I'll expand on this sutra every day till it is completely understood for different situations. How Raghupati Yogi taught me this sutra. In Arunachaleshwara temple, place called Krittigai Mandapam, that was the stone Mandapa where he used to teach me the yoga and Yoga Sutra. He was sitting on a wooden plank. I was sitting on some 4 or 5 pillows because he was trying to make me levitate. That's the way he will do. He will put some 4 or 5 pillows on bed and I have to sit on that. And I will have to continuously do the pranayam. Once I intensely do the pranayam and stabilize, do the kumbhaka, he will remove the pillows one by one. Then I have to be in the air. That is the way he will teach the levitation. If I am getting down, when he removes the pillow, then he will stop and ask me to do more pranayama and kumbhaka. And then after he removes all the pillows, if I am stable in the air, then he will get his pet dog to sit under me. That fellow will be sitting under me, so I will have to be holding on to that air. I cannot release. I will have to completely lock the kumbhaka. Because if I release, I will fall on the ground and I will fall on that fellow and that fellow will bite me. So I will have to be just holding on. Or even if I land, I have to land in a very slow way. Very slowly, in a very subtle way, I have to release the air. Not even through the nose. I have to release the air through the kurma nadi. Means such sensitive prana. Through the middle fingers, I have to release the air. Only then you can land very smoothly. If you release the air through the nostril itself, you will just fall. Because nostril is a too big hole. So that has to be locked. The releasing has to happen through the kurma nadi. Means subtle prana. Actually, when it is released, it is not called prana. It's called apana. The air which leaves your system, other than the nostril holes, is called apana. Through any part, if it leaves your system, it is apana. So, slowly I have to release and then land on the... I have to balance and land on the dog so that he doesn't bite me. So I was sitting on 4 or 5 pillows and he had an old book in which the Sanskrit sutra will be there and Tamil translation will be there. He read out the sutra. I was sitting and asked, what does it mean? And let me exactly tell you in Tamil, then I'll translate, because it's a... அது ஒண்ணுமில்லடா. Exactly, I'll repeat the word. ஒரு எண்ணம் வரும் பொழுது செய்யணும் அப்படின்னு தோன்றதுக்கு பதிலா இது மாத்தா வச்சா, இது மாத்துனா நமக்குள்ள என்ன நடக்கும்னு பார்த்து அந்த மாத்து எண்ணத்தை விதைக்கிறதா பிரதிபக்ஷ பாவனம். I'll translate. When a thought comes in you, without allowing the feeling that it should be executed, if you alter and put an alternative thought, establish that in you, is called Pratibhaksha Bhavana. A very simple way he finished it. I'll explain. Step by step. This is a one technique, one process which you can practice whole day. This process only can change your muscle memory. Understand? If you unclutch, practice unclutching, your mind will be transformed. If you practice yoga, your body will be transformed. So each technique transforms some part of you. This is the only technique which can transform your muscle memory. Muscle memory means the part which makes the decision spontaneously to do any act and completes it before even you become aware of it. Your muscle memory is responsible for making decision, and without even micro millisecond completing the act spontaneously before even you are aware of it. Please understand. As I was telling the other day, you do not act the way you act because you are habituated. No. You are trained. No. You have engraved memories. No. There is no specific reason why you act the way you act. There is only one thing we know. The moment the decision comes, such a spontaneous energy is released in you, without even micro-millisecond, the decision is executed. It becomes action, reality. See the funny thing. It's very funny and very difficult to understand. Grasping is such a difficult thing. So unless you understand the source of this, it's practically impossible for you to alter. Muscle memory is responsible for making the decision and executing it within micro-millisecond before even you become aware. Such dangerous thing, you see. So the muscle memory need to be attended. This is the only technique which can attend the muscle memory. I need to expand on this technique more and more in a detailed way. Today I'll give you the simple meaning. Then I'll explain to you how to apply this sutra in every situation. See, Patanjali says, for example, violence is anti-yoga, against yoga. When you have the thought of violence, how to bring the Pratipaksha Bhavana, get yourself back to non-violence and not to allow the violence to get rooted in you. Remembering, no, violence will bring suffering and it will bring ignorance. I should not allow it. So he is teaching us reasoning.
Bhagavan beautifully spoke about how we can change our thoughts and change the muscle memory to manifest the greatest reality. Now, Shakshi Pramanas. Shakshi Pramanas are the millions of disciple devotees initiated all around the world who are manifesting and sharing their experience. Now, let's see the levitation of the devotees.
See, I am not now teaching you levitation. Please understand. I am teaching you enlightenment. As a byproduct, these four can happen. Anima, Lahima, Mahima, Karima. All four can happen. So be open to it. Be with it. Let's see what happens. You will suddenly see there is every possibility, not only levitating, the stability can become at least few seconds. Maybe 10 seconds or 20 seconds, your body will be able to stay.
Within moments of the initiation, dozens of participants were leaping effortlessly into levitation, while many others experienced states of expanded consciousness. Today's process was one of over 200 techniques revealed to Nityananda during his 53 days of illegal imprisonment. Levitation happens as a result of the energy alchemy between master and disciple.
Now let's go to the instruction for manifesting the power of levitation, experiencing full body liftoff, and Pratyaksha Pramana.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies, what can be measured measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science of levitation. Fundamentally, levitation on Earth requires an outward force that counters the massive gravitational force of the Earth. In physics, levitation of objects has been performed using magnetic forces, electrostatic forces, gas, etc. One of the known techniques uses materials called diamagnetic materials, which induces a magnetic field in a direction opposite to an externally applied magnetic field. This is an aspect of quantum mechanics whose effect occurs in all materials. The concept of diamagnetics has also been applied to small, water-containing biological systems like mice, which have been levitated at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Michio Kushi, born in 1926 in Japan, introduced macrobiotic diet to the West, was seen levitating in front of a group during one of his presentations by a participant, Keith Vernam. Keith Vernam reported what Mushi Kushi had to say about levitating. Levitation is very easy. It is a natural, simple process. You all can do it. The technique is to simple one's mind and clear consciousness. One must eliminate ego and self-absorption and the awareness of the small self. When the awareness of the personality is gone, along with the self-concern and limited beliefs, one can move with the natural laws of the universe. One can utilize the electromagnetic wave energy that moves between the earth and the sun, moon, planets, and all the heavenly bodies in the universe. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 194. The Science of Levitation. His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam shares, levitation, Kundalini awakening, everything happens just through this great truth of entanglement, nothing else. When this entanglement happens, I just give my inner space to you, which is lighter than the outer space. See, there are three kinds of spaces. 1. Katakasha, your inner space. 2. Chitakasha, the space in which your body is sitting. And 3. Parakasha, the cosmic space. If your inner space is heavier than your outer space, you will be glued to the ground. All I do is I make your inner space lighter than the outer space by removing the mass. For those few seconds, you are in entanglement with my inner space, which is purest consciousness. The Katakasha compromises the entire human body, which in turn is made up of 50 trillion cells containing mostly water. 70% of the body is water. At a molecular level, all structures of the human body are composed of atoms and subatomic particles. At atomic and subatomic levels, all atoms are 99% space and 1% mass. However, the space is not empty, but contains energy in the form of strong interactions and electroweak forces. These vast, apparently empty, but energy-containing spaces constitute the Chitakasha, infusion of Kundalini energy into the apparently empty space within the atom. Chitakasha changes the electron orbital into a higher orbital, increasing the empty space of each atom. This creates a larger volume for the same mass, allowing the body to become relatively lighter than before, like the expansion of a helium-filled balloon. The more helium, the lighter, and it flies away. The Chitakasha is ultimately the same as Parakasha. The only dividing line between the form and formlessness is the Katakasha, the body boundary. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 202.
Setting up things for full body levitation off the ground. Set up the camera, Jnananjan, Padmasana and Samana Mudra like how Bhagavan is sitting. And the Samana Mudra, the right thumb should be on the top. Take few minutes to set up the camera, download the timestamp, click on the video, ensure the time is shown on the screen. Make sure the camera is facing you and it's a very bright place. Make sure it's in a wide angle. And please take few minutes to have these cameras set up for recording. These are very special moments. Guidelines to manifesting powers. Turn on the video recording, apply the Jnananjan, bring your awareness to your third eye, set up the cushions, place very beautifully and clearly, and safely. There's no item next to you. Sit in Padmasana. If you're not comfortable, sit whichever asana you're comfortable, but on the ground, on the bed, and hands clasped in the Samana Mudra. If you have medical condition, do not participate. Levitate through the third eye. Fully, your body should be off the ground. If your body is fully off the ground and you're able to manifest and levitate, you are manifesting the powers. If you feel only the heat and vibration and you're just shaking and going up and down, yes, you started manifesting. More and more start celebrating that you're manifesting. You will be starting to manifest from your depth dimension. Verify all the videos are authentic and share your videos with others and listen to others' powerful cognition and experience of manifesting this power. It will entangle with you more and more when you listen to others' videos. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me, why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. You need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagwan himself is explaining how we are ferocious, beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nityananda. Nityananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest
in all our third eye. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Om Jnananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Jnananda Paramashivam.
Verification process for lifting off from the ground, levitating from the ground. No video editing should be made on these videos. No video should be stopped and started during the process. All videos should have the timestamp and wide angle. The body is moving too much, just settle down and then start. You don't use your muscle or spring beds or jumping or levitating and pulsating. If you are lifted off the air for a few minutes above the bed and you're able to stay in the above for a few minutes, wonderful, you have started levitating fully. Authentically, only your body should move by itself, and do not try to vibrate or use your muscle for any of the purpose. Thank you for manifesting these powers. Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Parameshivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnanapaddhati, Nityananda Jnanapaddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nityananda.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham